And the general manager at the time came into the locker room and spoke to us as a team and said, you guys, you players, just got a good man fired. And I think that's the same situation here in Houston is the players got a good man fired. And whether the players actually tried to do that or if the players just got their chemistry all messed up amongst themselves. But I think, whenever Kevin was trying, he was pulling his hair out, trying to push the right buttons to get this team to get back on track. And for whatever reason, players were not responding, and I think that's ultimately what got him fired.
Magic Johnson has responded to the news on Twitter this morning. He said, if it's true the Houston Rockets fired Coach McHale, they made a big mistake. The Rockets have great individual players, but they don't have great team players. So that really supports the point that you just made. If that's the case, then it would seem that any coach that comes into the situation isn't going to find success. What's in store for them?
It's really, that's why the players had a players-only meeting yesterday. I think there is some good veteran leadership on the team. Jason Terry has been around the league for a long, long time. He's a big leader in that locker room, and I think I read that Ty Lawson, first year with the Rockets, but he was asking for a players-only meeting too. And sometimes, I've been in those players-only meetings, and sometimes you need to speak truthfully and freely with your teammates and point out things that they're not doing right, and they could point out things that you're not doing right. And I'll take a lesson that I learned from Rudy Tomjanovich when he was coaching the Rockets. He said, look, you can't be pointing your fingers at other guys and saying it's their fault without first saying, hey, look, some of this is my fault as well, and I've got to change. And so it's going to be interesting to see if a different voice, as leading the team as a coach, which is now J.B. Bickerstaff, will that different voice make any impact on these players? I don't think that you should highlight Ty Lawson coming to the Rockets as the major problem around here. I think that's just one of the issues that this Rockets team is trying to integrate a new player into their offense. And you mentioned defense. That's really where the main problem is, in my opinion. Is Rockets last year were a top 10 defensive rated team. This year they're 29th or 30th right now. Their defense just fell apart. And the defense looks better when Dwight Howard's on the floor, but it's still the perimeter guys not staying in front of their guys. So, Ty's still got to find his way in this team. He's got to find how he's going to fit in offensively. He's definitely got to play better defense, but it's not just Ty coming to this team. There's a lot of issues that need to be ironed out right now.
And I just got listening to it, talking to people around the league. People are also wondering about the buy-in with Dwight Howard. Yeah, the Rockets saw stats the other day giving up more paint points than anybody, and obviously part of that is not defending on the perimeter and allowing guys on the inside, but it's also Dwight being active and discouraging guys from taking those shots when they get into the paint. When he's at his best, that's what happens. What have you seen from Dwight Howard, his demeanor and his level of play?
I think Dwight has been one of the most consistent Rockets this year. I think Dwight, he's already had a 20-20 game this year. He's had several other games where he's had 20 points and 17 rebounds. And you mentioned that Dwight needs to be the interior stopper, and I've seen him.
Tip-off tournament, and joining us, Dick Girard.
Pit Road. Media members, teams, all sorts of hangers-on. They want to...
that are coming along. I like our team where we're at right now. It's a big club, but we've got some really good pieces coming up. Having patience, maybe along the way.
Stuff in certain areas, but the area on Pit Road needs to be dry. Enjoys himself, enjoys the game, and to go. And as we look now from our broadcast location, having stepped outside over towards the Homestead Air Force Base, you can see forever right now. There is not a cloud in the sky, beautiful blue sky overhead, so we are closing in on the start of the Ford EcoBoost 400. It's not all that far away. From the Homestead Miami Speedway, this is the Motor Racing
NASCAR.
Here's where it really gets good for Rubio in a hypothetical matchup with Hillary Clinton.
Where's the NFL?
they have to go through it. You know, they need everybody, you know, we all talk about here's what we have to do, and you have to go through it here and live it. You know, and we lived that 2 years ago. You know, when I first came to Dallas, we made the playoffs, lost to Anaheim, had a great series. You know, we felt internally the series from Anita was we lost. You know, the next year, we thought, okay, now let's get that stuff. Well, we went backwards, we didn't make the playoffs. And you need to live through those situations, understand that, you know, that there's a fine line between winning and losing, and that it is a fine line. And the more experience you gain through that, is going to give you the opportunities of the following times that make sure you do the right things.
We hear a lot about parity, Jim, in the National Hockey League. Is it more because of the disbursement of talent in the league, or is it because of the three-point games kind of gives teams an opportunity to pick up points that way, or is it kind of a combination?
I think it's all, the league is so good. It's the talent. You know, I don't know if it's the talent so spread out. I think there's so much talent in the world nowadays. I'm amazed to see how these young players that are 18, 19, 20 years of age step into the game.
Okay, so they can't afford to do a new GPS and map it all out, but can't they afford to put some signs in?
I mean, they're so worldly. You know, they've all been on the international stage. They've played in all the juniors, under 17, under 18, and they're not involved in the league anymore, with the game anymore. And that's what really impresses me, and I think that's why the game is so. The game's never been better because of the parity of the business
Right in between
there, and it's spread with all the teams. It's good.
Yeah, Jim, and of course, putting the Dallas Stars together, you've had basically a big trade every offseason, whether it's Tyler Seguin, Jason Spezza, this time Patrick Sharp coming over. But yesterday, Rob and I, we were doing on Top 5 Tuesday, we looked at contracts that we felt were cap-friendly contracts. And we felt Tyler Seguin, Jamie Benn, John Klingberg, all different types of contracts were in that realm. And what is the art about negotiating something fair and something that is a great commitment both sides towards winning?
Well, I think you said the word, first off, commitment. It's from both parties. You know, they want to be there, they feel respectable, and then the other part is being a respectable deal for both sides. And I've been fortunate. I came in, I didn't do the Sagan or the bank contract. They're very, you know, they were young guys. Time they signed, Tyler would have been 20 when he signed his, 21, I guess. Jamie was 25 when he signed his. I just signed Klingberg at 23. They're all still making very good money, and they're going to make more money down the road. You know, when they come out of these deals, they're all going to be 27 to 20.
Back there? No, I was looking back, trying to see them.
Oh. Shit. There they are.
And tonight's clip you can catch tonight at ACL Live. It's called SOB.